All right, guys, this is by far the scariest video that I've done. Now, if you're sitting at home in your living room or bedroom and you're watching this on the iPad, you may say, it's really not that scary. But I got to tell you, I don't get scared easy. Ghosts, paranormal, things like that just don't scare me. But I get goosebumps now just thinking about what happened here. And you can see at the very end of this video when we just abruptly left, and I didn't even turn my camera off. We just got in the truck and left. I actually have goosebumps on my arm from what we experienced. So for us being out here at night and experience what we experienced, it was scary for us. Now, in this video, it's not what you're going to see, it's what you're going to hear. And you're probably going to need headphones to be able to hear it. When I was editing the video, I couldn't hear it on my computer speakers, but I edited this on a laptop. The speakers aren't the best, so you may be able to hear it, you may not, but I would definitely recommend headphones. Now, I pulled the audio from most of the video because, as you can see, it wasn't quite dark, and I was mostly killing time. I was doing a little bit of audio intro and recapping some of the stuff from the previous video, but I really needed to give you some backstory on this cemetery, this area, and all that, because I didn't get a chance to do that in the video because we had to cut it short. Now, this is the cemetery where we visited a few weeks ago. We got some really great EVPs, and the bigger thing that happened here was Rolo was pushed. Now, I know you guys don't know Rolo personally, but he's not the kind of guy to just fake something like that or anything. And I was there and I saw it. And I got it partially on video. I didn't have his whole body on because I actually had the camera pointing at the spirit box when it happened. But if you hadn't checked that video out, definitely go look at it, because it's one of those ones that you're like, man, I can't believe that happened. But Rolo, he told me he was going to come back. And as time went on, he decided he really didn't want anything else to do with this cemetery. So tonight, I have my wife with me, and she's actually more sensitive to the paranormal than I am. So, I'm glad that she was here because she experienced something that I didn't. And, that's just kind of a plus when you're trying to look for paranormal things. Now, I don't want to say where the cemetery is simply because they've had a lot of problems with vandals, people coming out here to party, they leave trash everywhere, and things like that. So, it's definitely out in a secluded area. It's hard to find, and really, I think it needs to stay that way, just so that it doesn't become one of those places that we're not able to access anymore. This whole area is named after a Native American tribe. And in the previous video where we got the good EVPs, I didn't really put two and two together on that. Now I wonder if those EVPs were from Native Americans or just from people maybe who passed here in the cemetery. But the whole area, which is it's a really, really big area, is known for some Native American spirit activity and things like that. And I only found that out after doing a little bit further research on this area. But this cemetery is located probably about 2 miles from a Native American burial ground. There was going to be a planned community in that area, and they cleared off some of the land. It's a really big area. After they cleared off the land, they put in some roads, and then they came across the burial ground. They came across some artifacts, and as it turns out, it was a pretty big burial ground, so they had to pretty much scrap that whole project. And I've actually tried to access that area, but it's really difficult to get to now. And there's just no way I'm going to be able to do a video out there. Now, one interesting thing that happened was two people actually showed up while we were doing this video. And as it turns out, they have some family members buried out here, and I really don't remember what he said he was doing. He was checking on something, but I did let him know that we were just taking pictures and we weren't vandals or anything, and we had a nice little conversation, and he knew that we weren't doing anything bad. But let's get on to what actually happened. Right after those two people left, not even a minute later, we heard what appeared to be Native American drums in the background. And I have it on here, and I even did a replay so you can hear it. And that's where you're going to need the headphones. But my wife also experienced someone right behind her, like growling right behind her head. And I didn't hear that, but I definitely heard the Native American drums.
At home.
Yeah.
We don't.
You hear? Here's the Google map view of the area. As you can see, the cemetery backs up to woods, and just a little beyond that's a river, but there are no structures anywhere out in this area. And the sounds that we heard, the drum beats, were coming from this circled area, because they were pretty easy to pinpoint and definitely too close for comfort.
Did you just hear that? I think we need to go. I just heard something kind of going, oh.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You think what?
But I hear, or I heard something go. When I grabbed a hold of your arm, that's what I heard. And if I wouldn't have heard that, I wouldn't have grabbed a hold of you. But